Today for math, we're going to start learning about topic 14, which is about making different graphs and tally marks and how to keep track of information that we collect. So first we're going to go over some words that we'll be hearing in our math this week and next week. This is a picture graph. So it tells us the title of what the graph is about at the top, favorite toys. And then it gives us two different subjects for the graph, balls or skates. And then there is a picture to show when somebody chose that as their favorite. This is a bar graph. A bar graph uses bars to show data or data. And the word data or data, if you say it that way, just means information that we have. And we've done this before in class. We start at the bottom and we color one block for each time that thing was chosen. This side says cats. So 1, 2, 3 people chose cats. This side says dogs. 1, 2. 2 people chose dogs. And it makes a bar going up. Sometimes bar graphs go across also. This one is going up. Data is the information you collect. So if you are going to be making a graph about pets that people have, you would write down each time somebody tells you what kind of pet they have. Cat, cat, dog, and then you would go back with that same information and use it to make your graph. Tally mark. In a couple days we'll be learning about tally marks. A tally mark is this line right here, looks like a 1, and that's used to record data or data. So if you're walking around asking people if they like cats or if they like dogs, each time somebody tells you what they like or votes, you would make one line or one tally mark for them. All right, so today we are going to start off with our math movie. Let's see if I can find it.
Sports Graphs, written by Daryl Baker, illustrated by Bob Ostrom. My family's favorite sports are on a graph. Which ball sport is the favorite? Which sport is the least favorite?
So they are giving us some information here. First of all, this is about their family's favorite sports. And up top, the title of the graph tells us fall sports, so sports that they play in the fall. And there's two choices, basketball or soccer. So what we can do is think about what happened before they made this graph. Whoever is making the graph would have had to ask everyone in the family which one they liked better. Do you like basketball better or do you like soccer better? Each person that answered the question gets one spot on the graph. This is a picture graph because we see the pictures filling in the bars on the graph or the boxes on the graph. So when it asks us which fall sport is the favorite, favorite means the one that they like best or the one that got the most votes. And when we look at our graph, we don't even have to count. We can see that the soccer balls go out farther than the basketballs, and that means that more people chose soccer balls. If we do count, we start here because this basketball and soccer ball are just showing us the categories that they had to choose from. So we would count 1, 2, 3, 4 basketballs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 soccer balls. And we can tell that 6 is a bigger number than 4. So which fall sport is the favorite? Soccer would go on that line. Which fall sport is the least favorite? Remember what that math word least means. It means the smallest amount, or the one that is smaller. So we would know by looking at the graph that basketball has a smaller amount.
Soccer. Basketball.
So soccer was the favorite, had the most. Basketball was the least favorite, had the smaller amount.
This is our graph for winter sports. Which sport is the favorite? Which sport is the least favorite?
Let's look at our new graph. Up top, the title says winter sports. So we have sledding, and I think those things are sleds, and hockey. Look at the graph and think about which one is the favorite, which one had the most votes. So when we look up top at the pictures, we can see that sleds goes out farther than hockey sticks, so sledding is the favorite or had the most.
Sledding.
Which sport is the least favorite? Least means the smaller or lesser amount. And we can see that the hockey sticks are in closer. They don't go out as far as the sleds. So hockey would be the least favorite.
Hockey. This is our graph for spring sports. My sister likes baseball. Which sport is the favorite?
Okay, let's look at our title up top, spring sports. We are picking from baseball or tennis. It gives us a little bit different information here. It tells us what one of the people chose. My sister likes baseball. So now we know that one of those choices was made by the sister for baseball. But which sport is the favorite? Favorite means that it got the most votes. Whichever one went out the most is the favorite. And here we can see tennis rackets go out the most. So if we were going to answer the question, which sport is the favorite?
Tennis.
Tennis would go there. Tennis goes out farther than baseball on the graph.
Our family loves summer sports too. Which sport is the least favorite? What sports does your family like?
Let's think about what's going on in the picture. Summer sports is the name of our graph. We have swimming and biking as the two choices. This time it asks us which sport is the least favorite. Least means smallest, so we have to look at the graph and see which one has the smallest amount. When I look at it, swimming has more than biking, so biking has the smaller amount. Biking's going to go on the line.
Biking.
Then it says, what sports does your family like? When we are practicing graphing, you may need to ask some people to answer a question for you and then see what kind of graph you could make. So if you asked your family, do you like swimming or biking better? You might be able to make a graph about their answers. Okay, so today you will need this page. If you haven't gone to school yet and picked up your work packet, please try to do that on Thursday so that you have these pages and you can start working on graphs with us. It has a letter to your family in the middle telling them what we are working on. Some of the words we're practicing are on this side. Data is the information. Bar graph is a graph that uses bars to show data. And tally marks, marks that keep track of data. On this side are some questions that we can answer. Color a box on the graph for each fish. So when we look at the graph, we are putting blue fish on this side and orange fish on this side. Remember, we start at the bottom and we don't skip any boxes as we go. So we have 1, 2, 3 blue fish. You are going to be coloring in 1, 2, 3 blue fish on that side. Over here, we are counting the orange fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you will start at the bottom and color in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 orange fish. If you need some more time, just pause the video and finish, or go back and do it later. Go down to number 2. Now, using the graph that we made, it says, are there fewer orange fish or blue fish? Think about what fewer means. We've been using the word least in math. Least means the smaller amount. Fewer also means the smaller amount. So they want to know on our graph which one had the smaller amount, the orange fish or the blue fish. And when you finish your graph, you'll be able to see that one is smaller and one goes up taller or higher. Whichever one is smaller, you should circle. Now it asks us how many fewer. So we know that the blue fish had this fewer amount, or the smaller amount. So that one should be circled. But now it wants to know how many. And this is where what we've done in math before comes in, because we can see where they are the same. So the blue fish had 3 colored in, and the orange fish had 5 boxes colored in. So we can see that blue and orange are the same, same, same. Then we get up to here. Your orange block should be colored in, but your blue block should be empty because there was only 3 blue fish. So here we have the extras. Orange has 1, 2. 2 extras, or 2 more than blue. That also means that blue has 2 fewer, or 2 less than orange. So we should be circling 2 fewer. There's 2 extras that show the difference between blue and orange. Okay, when you flip your paper over, on the back there is a game for you to play. It's Treasure Sort. It tells you to make the spinner. Here's your spinner down here, and it shows you how to do a pencil and a paper clip to make your spinner. It says you need 18 counters. You don't have to have the red and yellow counters. You can use pennies, you can use paper clips, you can use Legos, whatever you have around your house to be counters, and then it will give you the directions on what to do for sorting. So it'll tell you if you land on shape, you are going to put counters that are put counters on all the things that are the same shape. So if you wanted to put your counter on the cube, and the cube, you will be putting them all on the same shape. All right, so some practice work for math today. That is all we have to do, not too hard. Please make sure you get your work ready from school if you don't have it yet, so that you can do some more graphing with us tomorrow. Maybe you can make a chart, go around, ask your family some questions, practice making graphs on your own, and then tomorrow we will be graphing again.